Hey guys, I'm Sdanwolf. Welcome back to the channel. This was one of those builds that I've tried a bunch over the years, like since Planet Zoo came out. But it was one of those ones where I could never quite make it look right. And really what got me thinking about this is, remember when Mario and Wyatt and Lucas and a couple of those guys were using the kind of like the little fake tree trunks to make cliff sides? That kind of got me thinking a little bit here these last couple days, and I was like, what if we could use that style of putting those trunks together and make a believable Tree of Life trunk? And that's exactly what I tried. And also too, like I said, I put out a little tweet about this earlier, if you can use your imagination a little bit, these desert style rocks mixed in with the fake rocks actually can pass for pretty good, pretty believable bark. And so that's exactly what I've done with it. I've kind of like sunken it a little back into the like the fake rock bark, and see, just kind of like right there, just sinking it a little bit can make it look like big patches of tree trunk. And now one of the things too you'll notice on my Tree of Life is, like compared to the one in Animal Kingdom, you can see through the branches a lot more, particularly at the top of the tree. It's like a little more, I don't know, a little more spiky almost, I'd say. But with the trees that I'm using, I just kind of wanted to go with that fullness look. Even right here, I was able to use the rock pieces as like some massive vines that are sticking out of the tree and kind of, you know, working their way down towards the ground. I think that worked out pretty cool. And then of course, like cleaning up the bottom with a lot of foliage was really fun, and I think really kind of bends over like to the left side a little more. See how it's kind of, even in the real Tree of Life, if you're looking straight at it from like the way Animal Kingdom intends, the right side of the tree is a little bit higher than the left side, but the left side kind of pulls down, like it almost drapes over the ground a little further than the right side does. So that's kind of what I did. Really would kill if we had some more wooden sculptures, because I was able to use like the elephants here and stuff, and those come out pretty cool. But everything else I tried to had to like color them brown, bark looking, but it didn't really work out exactly kind of how I was wanting it to. It was just a little too contrasting from the bark. So, you know, it was one of those things where I kind of used what I had, and this is kind of me going through just trying some different ideas and some different colorations, but I'm happy with it. We got the waterfall in. I left underneath the bottom part of this, I left it open in case you want to put a theater underneath there, like the real Tree of Life has, or if you just want to put some kind of shop under there, or an exhibit, or a burger stand, you know, just whatever. But I left the inside hollow, and I'll show you that too in the real time. I was able to sneak in a little meerkat sculpture over there. That was pretty cool. And we also, like, we've ended up making this pretty stinking large. Like, compared to the guests, this is, I would say it's, you know, you'll see, it's pretty neat the way we kind of worked it out. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm glad that this is finally a piece of project that I've put off for so long because it was so tough. And I was finally able to make something happen with this. And matter of fact, I enjoyed this build so much, I've actually even brought it over into the Lost Creek Africa section. And you'll see, we'll go over, a matter of fact, what we'll do is we'll load up some cinematics here in a minute, and we will go into Lost Creek, and I'll show you where I put it. It's kind of like a little bit off to the side of Wyatt Workshop's Lions, and I'll show you that again too if you didn't get to catch that review video yesterday. I just can't believe what he was able to make happen for me in there. But As a matter of fact, too, guys, remember this is already on the workshop, so I'll put a link in the description box down below for you, so you can jump in and check it out and tell me what you think, or tell me if you think there's. I'm gonna show you right here in a minute with Lost Creek. It doesn't necessarily have to be your park's weenie. It can work in smaller sections if you angle it right and if you figure out, how to present it right. Definitely does not have to be the centerpiece of the park. It could be the centerpiece. It could be a really awesome, like if you're going for like a spoke wheel design in one of your zoos and want to use this as like the main centerpiece in the zoo. Absolutely could work like that, but absolutely doesn't have to. And I will show you that. And yeah, I'm just kind of, like I said, having fun with it. I'm really, really on my Animal Kingdom. We're on an Animal Kingdom swing right now. I'm just really trying to get a lot of this out of my system, just having a lot of fun getting in here, designing these jungle vibes and, kind of all the mischief that goes along with this. And just, like the free-form fantasy that I love. I love jumping in and trying the realism stuff, but really my bread and butter is the hyper fantasy, multi-million dollar projects like this inevitably would be. So, but anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and jump on out of here. I'll roll you some cinematics from inside Lost Creek in the little area that I've worked up around it, and then we'll jump in real time and I'll kind of give you a little closer up tour of our Tree of Life we got going on now. So yeah, hold on one second, guys. All right, guys, so you'll have to let me know, what do you think about the Tree of Life kind of being here, anchoring the African area? I just think it came out really cool. Brought in one of my old Suyana gift shops. I brought Tamu Tamu over here. I thought that looked really, really good, kind of right on the edge of the Land of the Lion that Wyatt did for me over the weekend. I brought in Remnants Main Street facades right here. I thought this just looked really cool. Kind of just like making your way down to the lagoon. And, of course, heavily, picture area. I could probably put up one of the, one of the little posts called that direct people's attention. Probably put one of those right there and make people kind of look out that way. I got my old little gift shop right there, and then the extension of Tamu Tamu, kind of little restaurant area out there, butting up right against to the back of Wyatt's Lion backstage area. But this was just such a fun little stinking build. And you see, I've kind of hidden you your little carvings here and there. I've got a little wolf and a wolf pup up here, some wooden little penguins. Back here, I've got that little meerkat. And then this is what I was talking about. See, under here, you can kind of come in here and just put whatever you want. Like I said, theater, showroom, whatever. And I just think, like, all of this area, I brought in Leaf's fake trees for the giraffes. Like, so now, in all of this Africa area, you've got the just giant, majestic Tree of Life kind of back there. Like, look how much more interesting it makes Val and Earl's enclosure with that back there. And then, of course, I was talking about the little bit of slope. Massive branches and just limbs and vines and roots sticking out. We've got the little waterfall here up front. And this just came out really, really stinking cool, I think. So if you're over here, checking out Wyatt's lines, yep, you can see it from over here. Really, really awesome. Hey! What, excuse me, sir. Can you get down, please? He may be stuck. Let me show you all this. If you guys didn't get to see how they go across this thing in yesterday's video, check this out. Let's see if he'll do it. Look how freaking awesome this enclosure is. Whoa, he's taking off. Food over here. They're having a fit. Wyatt is just so stinking awesome at these predator enclosures. Well, just Planet Zoo in general. Well, they're eating right now, so I don't know if they'll cross it for us. Is there another one around anywhere? Oh, crap. She's loose. Whoopsie. Back in here, please. But it is so fun to see them use that bridge. We just kind of timed it bad with them eating. But nonetheless, but yeah, look at this little bit, like kind of like almost little Main Street shop area. Of course, it's all still a work in progress. You know, I've got to clutter it up a little more. I'm not sure if I'm totally sold on the asphalt gray. But all of this, like even the little guest house here up on the hill. And then when you come into the African area, and look, like how awesome would that be to come into the zoo? And like, if you're down here at the, like, just look at that back there, how that would like pull you back to the back of the zoo. Like, oh my God, look at that massive tree. Got it coming through here. Got Wild Burger over on your right. Can you see it if you were setting up here? Yeah, so that's kind of cool. It's like, it's not like necessarily the way we positioned it back there in the African area. It doesn't like overpower all of this. Like you think that's the park weenie essentially. When it's really, it's more so the African area weenie. And you know, we're going to do elephants back here. We're going to have a lot more African animals, and I think this is just a perfect little African area centerpiece to Lost Creek. Some people may say, oh, that's too fantasy, it's too over the top, but hey, you go build yourself a Lost Creek and you put what you want in it. So yeah, I am really, really digging this. I just love this whole little area that kind of pulls you back here to the water. And you know, eventually there's gonna be a bridge that connects right here. So I'm gonna have a big bridge that brings people across the lagoon over here at the base of the Tree of Life. And I just think that is killer over here. And then of course our newest expansion, Land of the Lion. And I just think this is so cool. It's like we could almost even look at this as like this is a multi-million dollar Lost Creek Africa expansion. You know, like maybe the older part of the zoo is like the entrance area and up front here, and the new expansion, big expansive area back here, kind of starting with the Africa area. Really fun stuff. But anyways, guys, yeah, like I said, let me know if you end up using that tree in one of your zoos or if you end up using it as one of your centerpieces. And yep, I would love to hear from you guys. So anyways, I'm Sdanwolf. As always, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me. And I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. See ya.